Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com, and I tell you, it's so exciting that we get a lot of gear sent to us from manufacturers to try out and test prior to releasing. Well, this is one of them. This is really cool. This is the Airush Lift, and what's so cool about it is this is the name I came up with many years ago to put on a kite when we designed way back in the early 2002, 2001. God, I can't even remember. It's been so many years. But they brought the name back. They wanted to send these kites down so I could get a chance to test them and ride them and do a review on it. But it's really exciting to see the name brought back. It was a lot of fun back in the day designing new stuff, and when they did that, that felt pretty good. It's a lot of fun. Well, the kite is completely different. This is the new Airush Lift, and what they were focusing on was a higher aspect jumping kite, ride fast type kite. It's got 5 struts, so that increases its load strength. It can actually take a lot of load, so a heavier rider is really going to enjoy these kites. That's because they don't buckle under high load when you start putting those struts in there. These are like equivalent to the Ozone Edge, a high jumping, high performance kite. You got your Core XR, Cabrina's AV8, as well as like the New North, they got the New North Orbit out there. These are all 5 strut kites, and I will tell you, this kite is a lot of fun, and yes, it does like to jump. But as in with jump kites, they're high performance, so you want to pay attention to them. The override ability to get the kite to override you, what people call the Hindenburg, it's definitely a possibility. Keep your eye on it. But if you want that high jumping kite, high performance, you love those kites I just listed, you're really going to like the Airush Lift. Now what they've done is it's a complete new design all the way through. You can tell it's pretty high aspect. And high aspect, compared to its span, it's very narrow at the chord, from the leading edge to the trailing edge. And what they've done is, I tell you, Airush has done some great construction over all the years, coming up with a lot of designs that is all their own. One is they're using the D2 cloth, and then they're using what they call their load frame. So a load frame goes in here, and you'll see it's got scrim tape in here, but underneath this is a spectral line running from tip to tip and all through the cell itself. And I will tell you, definitely going to make the kite last a lot longer. Reduces stretch, takes those load areas where you take it down to the tip so you can reduce Dacron and put that load frame down to that tip. You can see that line here. It's one of the main ones, and it goes all the way down to where you turn and put the force into the kite. They've done double layered leading edge seams, very durable. It's got Kevlar reinforcements all the way through. It's definitely going to be a heavier kite. This is a kite that is meant to be flown when it's blowing, when it's solid, and when it's on. This is that kite. When you get into the light wind side of things, I think it gets a little bit heavy, but that's not what they designed it for. They designed it for that high performance, strong, jumping, loaded out. Now, it does have their standard slider 3-pulley bridle system that makes the kite respond and feel real smooth throughout its control in the power and depower, as well as the turn. Everything feels like it kind of has like a power steering to it. A lot of people will ask, what is the bar pressure? Bar pressure is probably, I would rate it at medium to high. It's got a lot more into it, but that gives you the feel of that kite. Other than that, they've got their 1-pump system that they've always used, which is fantastic. They've got the large Boston in here, which is pretty much industry standard. A lot of it about that size, easy to hook up to almost any standard pump. But all in all, they did a great job on this kite. Dacron throughout, reinforcements, cut down flutter on it, and they've made an option on the high Y or a lower type Y. They say it'll give you more depower on the high Y. I didn't notice a whole lot to it. It definitely handled really good. It has a adjustable bridle. Up here it says more and less turning speed. I would definitely keep it on the more. And that's what comes with these high aspect kites. When you get those wingtips down there, they get narrow. And because of that, the warp and the turn speed will start to slow a little bit in comparison to some of them that have like a wider wingtip to it. But all in all, Airush did a fantastic job on this kite. It flies really well, real smooth. Again, if you're looking for that jumping kite, you've got the XR, you've got an Orbit, or the Edge, and you want to try something different to see how it feels, don't forget, get your hands on one of these new Airush Lifts. These things are really sweet, and you will get out there and do some high jumping. Anyway, that's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com, always trying to find the new gear to help you find what you need to ride with.